See guys, if you're working as a nurse in the UK, you need to be very careful, especially those that work in mental health setting. In this video, I will be sharing a story, something that happened to a friend of mine that works in mental health setting. He would have come here to share this story himself, but he's this type of person that doesn't want to show his face to the public. Like, he really wants me to tell this story anonymously. You're seeing my face for the very first time. My name is Oluebube Muoneme and I live and work in the UK as a nurse. So if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back, and if you're new here, you are always welcome. Okay, so this friend of mine works in a female private mental health setting here in the UK. So one day he received a call from his line manager telling him not to report to work. So he tried to find out the reason for that, and the line manager told him that they will get back to him as soon as they can, that for now he shouldn't come to work. This guy waited for a couple of days and became really bothered because he wasn't notified of his offense. He doesn't really know why he's been suspended from coming to work, and so he called back his line manager to find out why. So the line manager told him that a patient made an allegation on him, and so they are following it up and that they will get back to him as soon as they can. So as at this point, he really doesn't know the reason, the actual thing that happened. So the line manager just told him, a patient made an allegation on you, so you need to chill, stop coming to work, we'll get back to you as soon as we can. So the guy was like, what have I done? You know, inside his mind, what have I done? But knowing fully well that to him he hasn't done anything, he was a bit relaxed. So he stayed at home for extra 1 week, and police came to his house. Police came and collected his phones. He has 2 mobile phones, so the police collected 2 of them, telling him that they needed it to carry out some investigations. At this point, this guy was still very bothered, and he's a family man. He was really bothered because he doesn't know the actual reason. He doesn't understand what was going on. Police took the phone because the hospital got the police involved. So they took the phone to continue with the investigation. This guy waited and waited though. Waited for like 1 month, nothing happened. He rang the hospital again and they told him that the police are still reviewing the cameras and doing their investigations, that they will still get back to him. He waited for almost 3 to 4 months, bringing the hospital on several occasions, and they kept telling him the same thing. Around the 4th month, the hospital called him and told him that they will not continue to pay his salary, because when all those things were happening, the hospital were still paying him. So they called him and told him that they will not be able to pay him his salary, that in fact, they will have to terminate the contract since he's no longer working for them. Mind you, in between this period, this particular patient that made this allegation has been discharged because it's an acute mental health. Like a couple of days after the hospital contacted him to tell him that they're ending his contract, the police informed him that they are done with the investigations. Like, they've gone through the phone, they've reviewed the camera in the hospital, and that it's just an allegation, that there is no evidence to what was alleged. So the police told him that they will inform the hospital as well, so that he can go back to his workplace. And so the police informed the hospital as well. So the hospital contacted him, and that was how he resumed work. But you know now, once this kind of thing happened, it leaves that dent on you. So when he resumed to work, the other members of the staff, they were still giving him cold shoulders, the way they were treating him as per someone that were guilty of the. So what was the allegation? He found out that that patient made allegation that he was filming her performing a private act on herself, like, you know, performing a sexual act on herself, and that he, the nurse, was filming her. Probably he came to check on her, probably to give her medication or something, I really don't know what happened. I really don't know how it happened, because the guy even had no clue of what happened. Like, he didn't even it was even so strange to him. This patient alleged that he was filming her performing sexual acts on herself, and that was the reason why the police came and took his phones and were reviewing the cameras to actually see if the allegation was true. But the guy, was lucky at the end of the day that it wasn't true. Just an allegation. It wasn't true. Okay, and he went back to work. But they were giving him this cold shoulder, treating him as if he were guilty, making him to lose all his autonomy. That's practicing independently as a nurse. They denied him the rights, and they even extended his probationary period. So the guy was really getting uncomfortable with the whole situation, getting uncomfortable with the workplace. That joy that probably you're going to work and earn money was no longer there. Each time he remembers that he's on duty, he will feel sad within, because it wasn't giving him joy again. So he had to apply to another branch, and luckily for him, another branch accepted him, and that was how he left the particular mental health branch that he was in. So he's now working in another branch. So that's it. That is exactly what happened. So if you're practicing in a mental health setting, and it's very difficult for a guy practicing in a female mental health setting. It's very difficult, and already that these are mentally deranged people, so they can accuse you of anything. It's very possible, so you really need to be careful. Okay, but any setting that you find yourself, any setting that you are, just be very careful and know that your pin is very precious. Okay, alright guys, so if you've watched up to this point and you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Okay, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. For now, bye bye.